When wire transfers first started in the late 1800s, the amount of information you were getting was a name and an amount and maybe a reason. Remittance data has come a really long way from the days of wire transfers in the late 1800s. The ACH system brought about a lot of improvements in terms of remittance information. You could put a description, you could put a purpose, and with faster payment rails such as RTP and FedNow, because they're based on the newer ISO 20022 specifications, they bring a really rich remittance information to each individual payment where they can describe what the payment is for. You can describe entire business documents such as invoices, purchase orders, and receipts. You can just put in so much more information into an individual RTP and FedNow payment than you could with any other payment rail that we had before in the US. And that brings a lot of complications, but that also brings a lot of benefits to companies because it makes reconciliation so much easier if you can process the data that's coming in. As an example for why ISO 20022 is really important for payments, let's talk a little bit about what can be put in an individual payment. Let's say that I'm a seller of widgets and I've been given 3 invoices that I need to pay from my suppliers, and I want to pay 3 invoices in one payment. And so instead of sending 3 individual payments with, the amount of each invoice is the amount of the payment, what I can do is I can send one payment for the bulk amount, and inside of the ISO 20022 fields, I can say invoice 1, I paid off this amount, invoice 2, I paid off this amount, invoice 3, I paid off another amount. But I can also include things such as discounts and adjustments. If there was a faulty shipment from my supplier, I can deduct that from the cost of the invoice and take what's called a credit memo and actually deduct that from the amount I'm paying. And I can describe the reason for that adjustment and why I'm discounting it from the invoice. And I can put that all into the payment itself. All of this information, if it wasn't being transmitted in the payment, would otherwise be a phone call or an email or a text message. It would involve a lot of manual communication between myself and my supplier. All of that is now obviated by just sending the information in a machine-readable format inside of the payment itself.